Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to step into a space of truth, a space where we unravel a fundamental reality about men, one that is often overlooked, yet holds the key to unlocking the highest potential in them. Men walk through life carrying invisible weights. They wear masks of confidence, resilience, and determination. Society has conditioned them to be unshakable, to never falter, never show weakness. But beneath that armor is a heart beating, hoping, striving for one thing: acknowledgement. Men don't just want love, they want to feel believed in. And here's the truth: 99% of women miss this, not because they don't care, not because they don't love, but because they express affection in the way they understand it. Yet there is one phrase, one powerful set of words that can break through the noise of doubt, the pressures of expectation, and the silence of unspoken struggles. I believe in you. 4 simple words, but when spoken with sincerity, they can reshape a man's entire destiny. A man who is told he is loved will smile. A man who is told he is handsome will feel good for the moment. But a man who is told, "I believe in you," will move mountains. He will step into his power. He will fight harder, push further, and rise above every obstacle. Because now he has something even more powerful than motivation. He has belief. And belief is the foundation of creation. Ladies, the greatest gift you can give the man in your life is the unwavering faith that he is capable of more than he even sees in himself. Not fixing him, not changing him, just believing in him. Because when you do, you don't just awaken the man in front of you. You awaken the legend within him. And that changes everything. Men are often seen as pillars of strength, providers, protectors, leaders. From a young age, they are conditioned to believe that their worth is tied to their achievements, their ability to solve problems, and their capacity to endure hardships without complaint. But beneath the expectations, beyond the surface of confidence and composure, lies a fundamental truth. Men don't just want love, they crave something even deeper: respect, admiration, and belief in their potential. Love, in its common expression, is not always enough for a man to feel truly fulfilled. Affection and care are important, but what truly fuels a man's spirit is knowing that he is valued for who he is and what he strives to become. He wants to be seen as competent, as someone who matters, as someone whose presence makes a difference. When a man feels admired, not for perfection, but for his effort, his character, and his mission, he steps into his highest version of himself. What makes this so powerful is that it's not about ego, but about purpose. A man who feels respected and believed in does not just exist, he expands, he grows, he thrives, he becomes. When he knows that the people he cares about see him as capable, as someone worth rooting for, it unlocks a drive that no external validation can match. The deepest desire of a man is not to be needed out of obligation or to be loved in a passive way. It is to be chosen, to be appreciated, and to be encouraged toward his greatest potential. When he hears the right words from the right person, it is not just affirming, it is activating. It turns self-doubt into certainty, hesitation into confidence, and routine into purpose. A man who feels truly seen, who knows deep down that he is believed in, will move mountains not just for himself, but for the ones who see him for who he truly is. Men are often taught to carry their burdens in silence. From an early age, they receive messages, both spoken and unspoken, that strength means suppression, that resilience means solitude, and that expressing vulnerability is a sign of weakness rather than humanity. The world tells them to be providers, to be the rock that others lean on, to solve problems without showing cracks in their own foundation. And so they move through life wearing a mask of certainty, while underneath they navigate an internal battlefield that few ever see. It's not that men don't feel deeply, they do. It's not that they don't experience self-doubt, anxiety, or moments of despair. They absolutely do. But the expectation to always have it together keeps them from voicing those struggles. Instead, they internalize them. They absorb the pressure of performance, the weight of responsibility, and the unspoken fear that if they falter, they will be seen as less than, less capable, less worthy, less masculine. This silent struggle is not just about emotional suppression, it's about the conditioning that tells men their value is tied to their ability to endure alone. It's why so many men struggle to ask for help, why they brush off their own pain, and why they often push through exhaustion physically, mentally, emotionally, without ever acknowledging it, because to do otherwise, in their minds, is to risk being seen as weak. But the truth is, the strongest men are not the ones who suffer in silence. The strongest men are the ones who feel safe enough to be seen fully, authentically, without judgment. The ones who know that their worth isn't in pretending they have no struggles, but in their ability to navigate those struggles and still stand tall. Yet this kind of safety doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in environments where they are reminded that they are more than their successes, more than their ability to withstand hardship. It happens when someone looks at them and instead of saying, "Be strong," says, "I see you, I believe in you." That belief, genuine, unwavering, has the power to break the silence, to lift the weight, and to transform the way a man moves through the world. Because when a man knows he is not alone in his struggle, he becomes unstoppable. Words are not just sounds, they are energy. They carry weight, intention, and the power to shape perception, both of the world and of oneself. For men who often move through life under the unspoken expectation of resilience and self-sufficiency, words can be the difference between feeling invisible and feeling unstoppable. A single sentence spoken at the right moment can cut deeper than a blade or uplift higher than any achievement. Men may not always show it, but they listen intently to the words spoken to them, especially by those they respect, admire, or love. The words a man hears, particularly from the people closest to him, do more than just inform, they define. They shape the way he sees himself, the way he perceives his value, and the level of confidence with which he moves through the world. Tell a man he is failing enough times, and he will begin to see himself as a failure. Tell him he is capable, that he has what it takes, and you will watch him rise to meet that belief. But here's what's often overlooked. Men don't need excessive praise or constant reassurance. They don't need flowery compliments or empty affirmations. What they need is certainty in the words spoken to them. They need to hear conviction. A man doesn't just want to be told he's doing well. He wants to know that someone genuinely sees his effort, his struggle, and his potential. There is a difference between saying, "You're a great guy," and saying, "I believe in you." The former is nice, the latter is transformational. One acknowledges the present, the other fuels the future. One is appreciation, the other is activation. When a man hears words that align with his deepest needs, words that affirm his purpose, his value, and his potential, it unlocks something inside him. It reignites his drive. It silences the doubts that creep in during moments of uncertainty. And most importantly, it gives him a reason to push forward, not just for himself, but for the belief that someone else has placed in him. Because words are not just words, they're the seeds of identity. Speak them with intention, and you don't just communicate, you create. Women often express love in the way they understand it, through care, affection, and emotional connection. They show love by being present, by offering support, by nurturing in ways that feel natural to them. And while these gestures are meaningful, they sometimes miss a key truth. Men do not experience love in the same way women do. What 99% of women overlook is that while men appreciate love, what truly fuels them, what drives them to their highest potential, is something deeper. Men need to feel respected, believed in, and admired. They don't just want to be cared for, they want to be seen as capable, as strong, as someone worth believing in. Women often say, "I love you," as an expression of deep affection, expecting it to land in the same way it does for them. But for many men, love alone doesn't affirm their value. A man who hears "I love you" may feel warmth, but a man who hears "I believe in you" feels purpose. The difference is subtle but profound. Love is comforting, but belief is empowering. Love acknowledges what is, while belief fuels what could be. This is where most women, without realizing it, miss an opportunity to unlock a man's greatest potential. They shower him with kindness, but forget to articulate their faith in him. They express gratitude for what he does, but don't always affirm who he is becoming. And yet, when a man hears that someone believes in him, that someone sees his effort and trust in his ability to achieve, something shifts inside him. Suddenly, he is not just working hard, he is working with purpose. He is not just pushing through struggles, he is fueled by the knowledge that someone sees his greatness before it fully emerges. A woman may think she is supporting her man by simply being there for him, and while presence is powerful, words of belief are what truly elevate him. It's not about flattery or blind encouragement. It's about recognizing his strengths and voicing them. Because when a man feels deeply believed in, he doesn't just walk taller. He becomes the man he was meant to be. There are words that motivate, words that comfort, and words that inspire. But then there are words that awaken something deep inside, a force, a drive, an undeniable sense of purpose. And for a man, there is one sentence that has the power to shift everything. "I believe in you." 4 simple words. Yet they hold the key to unlocking confidence, resilience, and an unstoppable will to succeed. A man can go through life facing obstacles, enduring setbacks, and pushing forward despite the weight of expectations. He can work tirelessly, achieve success, and still feel like something is missing. He can hear praise, receive admiration, and yet, deep down, wonder if anyone truly sees what he is capable of becoming. But when he hears, with sincerity, "I believe in you," it doesn't just register in his mind, it ignites something within his soul. Because belief is more than encouragement. It is recognition of potential before it is realized. It is a statement that says, "I see you, I see what you are capable of, and I trust that you will rise to meet it." It removes doubt, silences fear, and replaces hesitation with the kind of certainty that can move mountains. Many men never hear these words. They hear criticism, they hear expectations, they hear appreciation for what they do, but rarely do they hear absolute belief in who they are and who they are becoming. And that belief, when given, creates a shift. It turns an average man into a great man, a hesitant man into a bold one, a lost man into one with vision. Belief is the foundation upon which men build their greatest achievements. It is the quiet force behind every risk taken, every challenge faced, every goal pursued. And when a man knows that someone, especially someone he respects, believes in him, he will push himself beyond what he thought possible. Because a man who is loved feels comfort, but a man who is believed in feels unstoppable. Belief is not just an internal force. It is an energy that extends beyond the individual and transforms everything it touches. When a man feels truly believed in, the impact doesn't stop with him. It creates a ripple effect. influencing his relationships, his ambitions, his mindset, and even the way he interacts with the world. A man who knows that someone believes in him doesn't just work harder, he works with purpose. He doesn't just dream, he builds. He doesn't just survive, he thrives. That belief becomes the foundation upon which he stands taller, pushes further, and achieves more than he thought possible. It shifts his internal dialogue from self-doubt to self-certainty. Where once there was hesitation, now there is conviction. Where once there was fear, now there is drive. And it doesn't stop there. When a man steps into his full potential, everything around him shifts. His confidence inspires those around him. His energy fuels his relationships. His purpose strengthens his ability to lead, to love, and to create. He becomes a source of strength for his family, a force of stability for his community, and an example of what is possible when someone is given the gift of true belief. The power of belief is not just in what it does for the man, it is in what it allows him to do for others. A man who feels supported, who knows that someone sees his greatness before it fully manifests, gives more, loves deeper, and creates a greater impact. He becomes more present in his relationships, more ambitious in his goals, and more determined in his pursuits. He steps into leadership not because he was told to, but because he now believes he was meant to. And perhaps the most incredible part, this ripple effect continues. A man who has experienced the power of belief in himself extends that same belief to others. He lifts people up, inspires greatness, and passes down the very thing that transformed him. Because belief is not just about one person. It is a force that moves through people, changing lives, shaping futures, and leaving a lasting impact far beyond what can be seen in the moment. And it all starts with 4 simple words: I believe in you. Men love to hear this, but only 1% of women say it. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to bring awareness to something often overlooked. Something simple yet profoundly powerful. We often speak about what men do, what they provide, how they lead, how they protect, but rarely do we stop and ask, what do men truly need to hear? Men walk through life carrying expectations, some imposed by society, others self-inflicted. They are told to be strong, to figure things out, to always have a plan. They are conditioned to bear burdens in silence, to push forward despite doubt, and to achieve without needing validation. But beneath the surface of confidence, behind the ability to endure, there is a quiet truth. Men don't just want love, they want belief. They want to know that beyond their achievements, beyond their responsibilities, they are seen, that their struggles, their efforts, and their dreams are recognized. They don't just want to be loved for what they do, they want to be believed in for who they are and who they can become. And yet, this is what 99% of women overlook. Not because they don't care, but because they express love in the way that makes sense to them. They nurture, they support, they appreciate, but they often forget the one thing that has the power to elevate a man to his highest self, certainty in his potential. There is one sentence, one simple yet transformative phrase that has the ability to ignite something deep inside a man. Words that turn doubt into confidence, hesitation into action, and struggle into momentum. I believe in you. 4 words, but when spoken with sincerity, they are fuel for his soul. A man who hears, I love you, feels warmth. A man who hears, I appreciate you, feels valued. But a man who hears, I believe in you, feels unstoppable. Because belief is not just encouragement, it is a force. It is the acknowledgement of potential before it manifests. It is the invisible push that gives a man the courage to step into his greatness, to take risks, to create, to build, to lead. It is what separates an ordinary existence from an extraordinary legacy. And the impact doesn't stop with him. When a man knows he is believed in, it creates a ripple effect. He becomes a better partner, a stronger leader, a more present father, a man who lifts others up. That belief extends to his children, his community, his work, his vision. Because a man who feels truly seen does not just rise, he elevates everyone around him. So, I challenge you, be the one who speaks the words that change everything. The one who doesn't just see a man for what he does, but for what he is capable of. The one who, with just a few simple words, breathes life into his purpose. Because when you look a man in the eyes and say, "I believe in you," you are not just giving him encouragement, you are giving him wings.